Elena, I've got the simplest octopus recipe for you today.
I am very excited about this. This is one of my favorite things to eat.
Yeah.
Tell me what you're going to do with it.
So I fell in love with octopus when I was in Greece last year. Like every single day I had octopus. So I came home and I was like, I want the same thing. I want the char. I want like the simplicity of it all. So that's what I'm doing for you today.
I'm very excited, and there's a whole heap of my other favorite things here too. So this looks like lunch to me.
Could I please have a bowl from you?
There you go.
Gorgeous. So basically the octopus has already been tenderized. All the hard work's been done for you. It goes straight into the bowl.
So you can buy it tenderized?
You can buy it tenderized just from your fish person.
Fishmonger?
Yep.
Lovely.
Yep. In goes some garlic, yum, some onion powder.
Oh, we have had a discussion about onion powder. It makes everything better.
Some paprika. A little bit of salt, if you can pass me that would be amazing. Thank you. And then just the, perfect. Thank you.
Zester?
The zester. That's what I'm looking for. So we're doing a little bit of the lemon zest in with the gnocchi. The reason that I'm using the smoked paprika today is because we don't actually have a wood fire grill or coal grill.
Oh, beautiful. So you can simulate that.
Yes, so that was the flavours that I was getting while I was in Greece. It was like cooked over coals.
Lots of outdoor cooking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that the smoked paprika would be able to replicate that.
Excellent.
And obviously, lemon. Lemon.
So much citrus.
All right, so we're just gonna squeeze a little bit of this guy in.
And in terms of the size of the octopus, this looks like one giant tentacle, but you could potentially use smaller octopus if you only had access to smaller ones?
If you only have access to the baby octopus, there's no problems with doing that. Cool. Yum, delicious still, but I do love the texture of a big tentacle.
Nice.
Could I please have about a tablespoon of that oil just in here, and I'll get my hands real dirty. Perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna mix this all up now. Set it aside to kind of marinate for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Half an hour if you've got the time, but I'll get my hands all washed and then we'll get started on the capers.
Excellent.
Hands are all washed now, so let's get started on these capers. We're just gonna quickly fry them, get them popped open, really, really easy and simple. So I'm gonna have a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just straight in.
This is one of my favorite things to do with capers. They open up like little flowers.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
And it totally transforms the flavour.
Yeah, definitely. And then finish it off with that salt, and it's just so yum and so crunchy. A little bit of salty, a little bit, great.
If you haven't tried this is a really great garnish for so many dishes.
All right.
So you've drained those fairly well.
Yeah, I've drained them really well because you kind of want that moisture to come out of them so they do pop open.
Excellent.
So I think the oil's come to temperature. I'm just gonna test it. Can you see it bubbling away?
Excellent. What a great way to test at home. So you don't have to use a thermometer.
Exactly.
You've got that nice little indicator.
So this is gonna go straight in. It's gonna pop. So I'm just gonna cover it straight away so it doesn't
Popcorn capers.
pop all over me.
I think you might need this.
Yes, thank you so much. I've got a little slotted spoon. I'm gonna use to strain them. It smells like heaven.
Capers and seafood is just
absolute
a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
In Greek heaven.
Even in some of the Greek salads, like there was more capers than I was used to.
Yes.
And I was kind of loving it. So I was like, all right.
Definitely one of my favorite ingredients.
And texturally, this is so
fantastic.
good.
So you can start to see the little capers are opening. Their sort of petals on the outside are sort of expanding, so they're really starting to look quite like flowers.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna wait for it to kind of get a little bit golden, because that means that they'll crisp up really nice.
And that toasty flavour.
Yeah, strain them off, cover them with a little bit of salt, and then it's all ready to go.
Fantastic.
That's looking beautiful. I think they're ready to come out.
It's a nice little golden brown on the outsides there.
Yeah, and they're feeling really crunchy as well. And
little
obviously,
paper chips.
Yum. Is that a thing?
Well, I feel like we could snack on that.
Yeah,
maybe slightly socially unacceptable,
No.
but it's not going to stop me.
We should look at that. We should do that. Could you please sprinkle a little bit of salt on those bad boys? Perfect.
Too much, not enough?
A little bit more. I like a good pinch. And then I'm gonna try this guy if you want to have a go. Oh.
You can hear the crunch.
They're so crunchy. Okay, so I've got a griddle pan on the heat now, just waiting for that to come to temperature.
So using the griddle to simulate the outdoor barbecue kind of char.
So you get the char lines, Really gorgeous, and obviously still the smokiness of the paprika that comes through. We're only going to be cooking it for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side.
Excellent.
So, but I do love it when the little end bits get really, really crispy. So that's what I'm kind of looking for.
Excellent. So multiple textures. You got crispy outside, soft inside, and 3 to 5 minutes. So if it's pre-tenderized, that's really an easy thing to be able to cook. I think a lot of people are scared of it, but you've made it seem so easy.
It's so simple. So the pan's come to temperature.
Excellent.
I'm gonna drop this bad boy in. Yum. It should actually start to move straight away, as you can see.
Sort of starts to dance across the heat.
Yeah. All right, so quick 3 to 5 minutes on this side. I'll give it a check. If it's charred up, then I'll flip it. If it's not, I'll give it another minute or so, and then I'll flip it. Same on the other side, then it just comes right off. So if you want to have a look at this colour, look at how beautiful it is.
So it's gone really burgundy wine kind of colour.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, but it's not ready to be flipped just yet. I just want that little nice char in it. But basically what we're after is that crispy char on the outside and then a really soft texture on the inside. So with octopus, as you know, it likes to either be cooked really, really, really slow or really fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's you know that it's about halfway when you've got that colour change, as you were saying.
Yeah.
So that's a good indicator. So you can just have a quick peek and then pop it back down.
Really smell like it's caramelizing and everything.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's smelling heaven. I reckon we're about 15 seconds away. So let's have a look. See how beautiful that is. Yeah.
You can see why it's necessary to flip so that you get the other...
Yeah, the other side the same.
The other suckers, yeah.
Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's flip this bad boy, and as you can see, it's charred up beautifully. So we're gonna do probably a little bit less time on this side now, maybe it's like just 3 to 4. And then it comes right off. I'm gonna let it chill for a little bit, slice it up, and then we can get on to plating.
Yum. You can see it starting to relax.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this off because I reckon that's all good to go.
Oh,
heaven.
Look at that, I'm so excited.
So this is coming straight off now. I'm gonna let it chill for just a second and then get in there, slice it up.
So we're letting it rest just like we would any other protein.
So what we're after is that beautiful char there, and then the inside is supposed to be really, really lovely and soft.
Excellent.
You don't want the texture of the octopus to be chewy, and that's what happens if you're cooking it for not long enough, or if you cooked it on like a medium heat for like 20 minutes. It just won't do its job. So it's
we either need to braise and slow cook and let it relax, or shock it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I think I'm ready to cut into the octopus now.
It looks well rested.
Yep. It was cooking for about 8-9 minutes.
Okay.
So we've rested it for about 4 or 5 minutes, so half the cooking time basically. Okay.
And you've got a gorgeous contrast between the charry outside and that really pure kind of white inside. So you've totally mimicked an outdoor Greek style cooking in your home.
Yeah.
This couldn't look more spectacular. You can hear how juicy it still is on the inside. So this is perfect cooking time. You might need a slight adjustment if it's a bigger piece of oki.
Definitely.
Or a little less if it's too much smaller.
This is my favorite part of the octopus right here. The bit at the end that's just all shriveled and all charred and all delicious.
And is that the part that you give your favorite person in the house, or does that go straight to you?
Do you know what? Here we go. There's one for you, and here's one for me. Cheers. Yum. Okay.
How gorgeous.
Do you like that? You can get the char, can't you?
But as you said, it was a little sweeter than I expected.
Yeah.
From the paprika, and the caramelization. Very exciting.
Gorgeous. All right, let's put this onto a plate, and then we can start dressing. So the oki in a little ring, mimicking how it was in the pan.
Gorgeous. Why mess with nature, huh?
Exactly. Heaven. All right, so could you please hand me a little bit of the olive oil?
Olive oil.
Thank you. I'm just gonna give it a little dash.
A little gloss.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. I'll grab this. Could I have the zester from you, please?
The zester,
yes,
absolutely.
Thank you. So we're kind of mimicking all the flavors that we use to marinate it. So a little bit of the lemon zest goes on.
So we got the fresh lemon zest and the oil being released as well as the charred.
Yep.
So you've got all of those different layers. It's one of my favorite things to do with ingredients.
So that's looking yum. A squeeze of maybe just half a lemon for this one. So.
Fantastic. And just like with most seafoods, you can sort of see that octopus is just opaque on the inside.
Yep.
So if you're sort of a little bit nervous still about cooking, it'll only take you a couple of tries to get confident, but that's another good indicator.
Perfect. All right. Little bit of the salt, please. Always. Little pinch of salt.
Lovely.
Finish with these beautiful capers. Just.
Oh, you can just hear them. They're so crunchy and crisp. That's so much fun.
The capers. If you could pass
I found an escapade.
If you can give me a little bit of that parsley, I'll
Parsley?
do a rough chop.
About half this bunch, or?
Yeah, that looks great. That looks great. Perfect.
Well,
Thank
more
you.
like a quarter of the bunch.
Quarter of a bunch. I find cooking's all about that layering of flavors to make it really complex, but it's so easy.
Absolutely.
Smoked paprika, just to finish off. That's basically the dish, all finished. That is my beautiful charred
So
indoor
beautiful.
octopus.